the people who are really trying to do this stuff are going to be glad to talk to you about these things. Gentlemen, welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to discuss with you why you should start having more masculine conversations with your friends and limit your conversations about garbage. You know, if the conversation isn't productive in some sort of way, what's the point in really having the conversation? You know, I started to notice a couple years back when I started to enjoy more intellectual conversations about, you know, philosophy, about fitness, about nutrition, about discipline, about improving myself, finances, business, all that stuff. When I started to really enjoy that kind of stuff, I started to notice that the people around me, or not even the people around me, but I mean, some of the people around me, but when I started to go places with people and hang out with people that were outside of my immediate friend group, that they would have conversations about absolutely nothing, like nothing. And when I say nothing, they were using words and they were talking about topics, but it was like talking about famous people, or just like complaining about work, or complaining about a friend and how the friend is doing something wrong, which isn't even wrong. It's just someone's opinion about something that they're doing, you know, but they're just like going back and forth, just nonsense, you know, and a lot of it too is just jokes, you know. And don't get me wrong, it's fun to have jokes here and there, but when, you know, you're sitting around with 3, 4, 5 guys and it's all just jokes and just like bathroom humor and insults for 5 minutes, and no one has any kind of substance coming out of their mouth, there's no point in doing that at all. Like, you're dumbing yourself down and you're lowering your own standards. You know, when you can be sitting around with people who are intelligent and who want to have those conversations, you know, there are certain times where silly conversations or meaningless conversations are acceptable, I guess. But majority of the time, to be honest, like I don't entertain those. Like, I'm always the guy that I'll be sitting in a group of people and we'll all be talking about whatever, or they'll be talking about some random topic, and I'll bring up a serious question for everybody, and everyone just goes like, what the heck? Like, and they get awkward, they get weird, because no one wants to talk about, like, when I talk about finances, or you start talking about, you know, diet and fitness and why certain foods are bad for you and what those foods actually do for you, or meditation and getting rid of anxiety, how to feel more calm, discipline. Like, no one wants to talk about these things, and it kind of, and a lot of it honestly is because it makes them feel uncomfortable. You know, when you're bringing up serious topics, a lot of the serious aspects of people's lives are out of order. And so if they're not in order, they're not going to want to talk about them. You know, somebody who is terrible with their money is not going to want to talk about finances. You know, that's why there's particular people, one particular person, that every time that him and I get around each other, we end up talking about finances, and we end up talking about discipline, and we end up talking about business. And, you know, that's my brother-in-law, which I'm very fortunate that, you know, the man that is married to my sister, is a man who is capable of having those type of conversations. I'm very fortunate to you. And then there's other people I go around, you know, and it's just all jokes. And then you bring up a serious conversation and they literally like walk away, or they'll say, oh, why are we talking about, why are we so serious? Why are we talking about this and whatever? And I don't do those conversations. I would just sit there and be on my phone taking notes about something or doing whatever. Like, I'll distract myself with something else, or I'll just sit there and zone off. I'll look at the sky or a wall or something and think about what I'm doing later, what I'm going to be making for dinner, what I'm going to do at the gym, or, you know, anything. Anything is better than like all just this BS garbage talk about nothing, you know? And yeah, guys, if you are on some sort of self-improvement and you are trying to become better, raise your standards for the conversations that you're having with other people, you know, and bring this up to your friends too. And this is going to be a great way for you to see which one of your friends or who amongst your friends is a true performer. And when I say performer, I don't mean like a monkey, someone who wants to pretend to do something. When I say performer, I mean somebody who's really out there trying to be a high-performing person. Somebody who's really trying to improve their mind, their body, their finances, their relationships with people, their own personal mental health. The people who are really trying to do this stuff are gonna be glad to talk to you about these things. And you'll see it, because like there's also gonna be certain topics that you could bring up with certain people. And so certain people are okay with talking about finances because they're well off in the finance department. They are smart with their money, or they make a lot of money. And then other people are not gonna be so comfortable talking about fitness because they're gonna be out of shape, you know? And so, you know, not every person is gonna be able to have a full spectrum of conversations with you, but you could have certain types of conversations with certain people, you know, but try to limit as much as you can the BS conversations about, you know, celebrities and what they're doing, or, you know, drama, or all the jokes. You know, these things are really just, they're bringing you down. And they're not helping you guys in any way become better. And like I said, there's a time and a place for all conversations. It's not like it's never okay to joke and be funny with your friends and say silly shit. You know, I do it here and there with my buddies as well. But those are the same buddies that when we're by ourselves and, you know, we're doing our thing, we could have intellectual conversations about a wide variety of topics. And it also feels better when you're joking with the people who can also have those conversations than it is when you are kind of feeling like you're dumbing yourself down to joke with the people who are incapable of having those kind of conversations. So that's pretty much it, guys. Please take the conversation serious that you are having with people. Hold yourself to a higher standard and hold the people around you to a higher standard as well. Guys, tell me what you think about this video. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? What do you think is a proper ratio of, you know, intellectual, deep conversations, serious conversations to jokes? You know, what things do you like to joke about? What topics do you like to have serious conversations about? Have you ran into any situations where you've done this, where you've been the guy who brings up a serious topic? If so, let me know how that went. Otherwise, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Fuck, that one was coming. I knew that one was coming.